Good morning, everyone. Good Wednesday
Yeah.
morning
Hi.
to
How you doing?
everyone.
How you doing?
Great, great. I see that we're flying over some terrain in the
Yeah,
helicopter.
we up in the air today. Yeah.
Today is an incredible day, Marcus. Our topic today is living on the limb. That's where the fruit is. And we're going to build a little today on a conversation that we started on Monday and talking about those zones of comfort or comfort zones, people call them, and not moving outside of those areas where we're just comfortable. But you brought something up last time, and I want us to build on that. And you talked about fears, just the fears that keep us constrained and restrained.
Yes.
It's really, really rooted in fear. And so I was just thinking about, man, how these preconceived notions that we have, these cycles that we get caught up in, so a lot of times we're not even aware of them, and we're definitely not aware that fear is what's holding us back from getting to the good stuff. So
Yeah.
I want to pick up where we left off last time and just kind of toss it over to you. And let's talk about living out on the limb. Being on the limb is not a comfortable place, wouldn't you say?
Well, I would say in that last piece of what you said, just the opposite.
Okay.
Not doing that, going out there. I mean, just it. You say it's not a comfortable place, but that's the problem because it is a comfortable place.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just the opposite. So living out there. Now, did you say living out on the limb is not comfortable?
Right. Being out on a limb away from the
Yeah,
base.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. That's exactly right. It's exactly right. It's not comfortable, and we want people to come outside of their comfort zone.
Right.
And you said something heavy just now about folks are not even aware of this self-sabotaging subconscious program that they got as a youth. They're not even aware. That's really powerful right there now. And
Yeah.
so I give an example, one of my favorite examples, because I was living this way and I was watching my children get ready to get programmed the same way. And that is when we're little bitty guys and we're going near the stairs down to the basement. I would almost get killed and hospitalized because I got near the stairs. And so, boy, don't you go near those stairs, you fall down and break your neck and die. Well, I'm about dead now, Mom. I can't say that at that age, but I've been beaten to make sure I don't go near the stairs again. So when I had my first boy, then my mother was visiting me, and Marcus was getting ready to go to the edge, and she ran over hollering and screaming hysterical, boy, don't you know that? What? Hold it. Wait 1 minute, as my bishop says. Mom, we're not living like that here. I'm not raising my son like that. If he goes near the steps, first of all, I'll take care of it. But if he goes near the steps, I have a different approach, mother. We're not going to holler and scream and go hysterical. That's the point where the program's placed right there. And we
Right.
grow up as an adults and don't know why we're afraid to do anything outside of the comfort
Man.
zone. So I don't mind going over, son. Let's just move over here, something calm. Or I don't know if this is going too far, but I'm okay with whatever calamity might happen there because that's a little bit different type of learning to allow stuff, allow certain situations, not to the point of death or catastrophic health and danger where we got to now go to the hospital because I allowed. The point is, we're not raising our kids in fear here, Mom. We're not doing that. So yeah, that gets programmed in there. And I'm just glad I caught some things early on just because of personal development, going to seminars and going to get coaching and having a life coach. I was able to just get caught and catch these things. So when it came time to wanting to fly helicopters, like what's behind me here, you should have heard my family. What are you talking about? You want to be a helicopter pilot? You need a lot of counseling. You're going to need therapy. If you think you're going to be a helicopter pilot, you have a lot of problems. Now, this is from my beloved grandmother. and she said those words without me knowing that she said it. She don't know that I heard her. So this is an example. Now, what if I just remain Joe Blow, and all I'm going to do is Joe Blow stuff? That's not what I was trying to do.
Well, see, that's the point. Being just Joe Blow.
Oh,
They the folks that are tuned in and who watch us on a regular basis, and they're telling their friends and their families about us. We're challenging them to be the best version of themselves, the highest and best representation of themselves in this world. And these are folks that are not satisfied with the status quo. In fact, they've gotten to a place where they're tired of the same old thing. Do you remember that old commercial? Same place, same thing, same place. I think it may have been some fast food commercial, and it was talking about the same old burgers, the same old fries. And I don't want to give this commercial to the wrong food chain, so I won't say, but there was a new food chain coming up, and they were like, "You've been a creature of habit all this time, just living in the gray, mundane, same place, same thing, same place, same thing." And this new food chain was offering a brand new horizon, brand new experiences, just all types of options and what have you. And that is, in a sense, what we're speaking about today. The same old Joe Blow, not accomplishing our goals, not achieving anything in life that we truly, truly, way deep on the inside, we desire to. And we don't realize that these comfort zones or these fear zones have been inserted into our lives as kids. I remember seeing parents when I was a child, seeing parents like scare their kids, boo, or hide and just come out. And the kid would just scream. And I made a mental note. I don't know why I was wired this way, but I made a mental note as a child that I would never do that to my children. But what you just said is so true. All these fear systems get embedded in us in our childhood. Scared of the dark, scared of just scared. Oh, I'm scared. I had a couple of my grandchildren, two different separate times, two separate occasions. Oh, I'm scared of the dark. I said, not in this house, you're not. Not in this house. There's the same thing that's in the light is in the dark in this house. There's nothing scary or spooky at Nani's house. You can walk in the bathroom with the light off, just go in there, turn the light on. There's nothing in there waiting for you, hiding. But those things, people grow up, and it impacts their success. It impacts their prosperity. It impacts their relationships because they have these deeply embedded fears.
right. And sometimes those even, you just threw that last piece in there, but hey, these kinds of fears transfer into relationships. Now we're trying to have significant relationships with the significant other, and these issues are manifesting, and we are adults, 50s and 60s and 70s. So we go our whole life, and then we die having fears, and our best song is still left inside. A lot of people are going to die, and their best song, their greatest dreams they've always had, is still within them because of the fear-based thought process that was implanted as a child. Heavy stuff, and we would like to simply facilitate people out of these types of doldrums, yes, and out of these types of fear-based thought processes, because there is a greater area of life that we can experience. Like your topic says, that's where the fruit is. That's where the fruit. What if I was just always driving my Ford Taurus, and I'm having a Ford Taurus life the whole time? Let me tell you, taking a helicopter to Walmart, change your life. Taking a helicopter to Dairy Queen, 2 scoops, please. What? I mean, it's life-changing. Into the schools, and I talk to the kids about dining etiquette, because I asked the principals of the schools, what do you like for me to talk about? I had a 9-week contract with Indianapolis Public Schools for 9 weeks. And I went into the helicopter for 9 weeks. I said, what would you like for me to talk about to the principals of the school? They said, can you talk about dining etiquette? How to have good manners in a restaurant? Oh, I'm very qualified to talk about that. And then when you mix in math and reading, they never forget it. They never forget the topic. Taking the helicopter into church, or I've taken my kids to school in it, picking up from school in. Lives are changed forever because of something as simple as a tool as this big bad boy helicopter behind me. So the fruit is there. It's greater, it's juicier than
Yes.
regular Joe Blow fruit. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why we love what we do. We
Now
love what we
now
do.
my instructor said, would you help me bring our new helicopter? His new helicopter back in from California, where you are, back in from Torrance. I said, yeah, as long as we can make a little pit stop in a little town called Keatsville, Missouri. I have to go see my grandmother. I mean, who said I was going to need counseling and therapy. And so we will surely help you bring that back. And he said, okay. So we made a pit stop in Keatsville. My grandmother said, boy, you're going to have to call the sheriff, the police, the judge. You're going to have to call the mayor. You're going to have to call everybody if you come in here like that. I said, now, grandmother, that's true. But isn't that one person? Isn't that Bob? He's the judge, the mayor, the sheriff, the police. There's only a one light town. He's all of those positions, my grandma. You know that. Well, that's true. Well, I'm going to call Bob, and we're going to get on the... anyway, I'm getting off track. The point is, that's where the fruit is.
Yes.
Help the people. Let's help the people. Go out on the limb. Don't go crazy like some of us have. And just get greater fruit. Get a few berries. Get a few grapes. And let the tartness and the tanginess of the greater fruit affect your life. Why? Because your family's looking and watching. You're leaving a legacy. Why leave a legacy of fear? False evidence appearing real. Why don't we leave a legacy of, hey, face everything and rejoice, children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren? What are your thoughts, Coach?
Yes, yes. No, that is so, so powerful. Why leave a legacy of fear, restriction, constraint, being constrained and limited, 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 limited? Why would we leave that type of legacy?
Right.
That may have been what was passed on to us, but we do not have to pass that on to the next generation. And Marcus, you tapped on something that I'm very, very passionate about. We only have a couple of more minutes with our folks today, but I'm here to tell you, I intentionally live my life in such a way that my children, my grandchildren, and their children's children can look back at me and say, well, my nanny went for it. She was not a woman who was limited or scared. She would make these wild, bold steps and moves in life. That's the legacy personally I intentionally am leaving for my posterity. And that is the type of life that our viewers, our followers, our tribe they're following in our footsteps.
Right.
To do the same. Before we hop off, Marcus, I want to talk a little bit about our soft launch here in Los Angeles, California on this coming Saturday.
Well, listen, in Los Angeles, Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, and by the way, you ladies and gentlemen, we would love it if you just say hi. You don't have to subscribe and give us your address and social security number. Just say hi. We would love to know you're listening and watching. It would help us. Just say hi, type it in, do something. But Saturday is going to be 350,000 people in Los Angeles. It's called A Taste of Soul. You can Google it. A Taste of Soul, Los Angeles, many, many blocks and blocks of people, multiple stages with famous people, and we'll be there too. I mean, we're talking Los Angeles, Taste of Soul. We're going to be there. Dell and Dell's not playing over here.
We're
so
not
we
playing.
Are going to be there coming strong and heavy. So I'm excited about it. Saturday, October 21st, A Taste of Soul. So it'll be all kinds of food situations. I think all of our food needs to be available right there for us. What do you think, Coach? Right. All of our food desires would be right there within that multiple block event. So I'm excited about it. We got 20 seconds. Listen, tune in to DellandDellInternational.com. Leave a comment. That'll help us. And we will be glad that you did. I'm out.
Thank you so much, everyone. See you soon.
Yes.